Welcome to Fast and Pray's Fast of the Nativity Devotional series. Over these next 7 days, we'll journey through the great moments of salvation history, from creation to the prophets, that prepared humanity to witness the baptism of Christ our Lord in the River Jordan, when heaven opened up and God's perfect plan was fully revealed. Day 3, the Exodus. The people of Israel cried out from their slavery in Egypt, and God heard their groaning. He remembered his covenant with Abraham, with Isaac, and with Jacob, and he acted, not with quiet diplomacy, but with mighty signs and wonders, with plagues that humbled the greatest empire on earth. But the defining moment of deliverance wasn't the plagues. It was the water. When Pharaoh's army pursued Israel to the edge of the Red Sea, the people found themselves trapped there. Slavery behind them, the sea before them, certain death on every side. And then God did something that would echo throughout all of the history of salvation. He split the waters. Israel walked through the Red Sea on dry ground, walls of water towering on either side. What should have been their grave became their salvation, and when they emerged on the far shore, they were no longer slaves. They were God's free people. Egypt's army pursuing them into the waters was swallowed up. The same water that saved Israel judged Egypt. Everything depended on whether you passed through with God or pursued into the waters alone. The Apostle Paul tells us that, quote, our ancestors were all baptized into Moses in the cloud and in the sea. This wasn't just a metaphor. It was pattern and prophecy. The Exodus showed us that salvation comes through water, that God delivers his people by bringing them through death into new life, that the waters both save and judge. For 1,500 years, Israel remembered that night. Every Passover, they told the story. We were slaves, and God delivered us through the sea. But they also waited, because the prophets promised that God would do something even greater. Isaiah declared that the Lord would, quote, make a way in the wilderness and rivers in the desert. And he would do, quote, a new thing. The Exodus was glorious, but it was also incomplete. Israel came through the sea, but they still carried the image of slavery, still bore the marks of Egypt in their hearts. At the River Jordan, the very river Israel crossed to enter into the promised land, Jesus enters the water. But he doesn't cross it, he descends into it. He goes down into the waters that represent judgment and death, not to escape them, but to transform them. When he rises, the heavens split open. Not to see this time, but heaven itself. The Spirit descends and the Father speaks. This is the new Exodus. This is the greater deliverance. At the Red Sea, Israel passed through water to freedom from Egypt. At the Jordan, Christ enters the water to open freedom from sin and death itself. At the Red Sea, the waters were divided. At the Jordan, the heavens are divided, and the barrier between God and humanity is torn asunder. And the barrier between God and humanity is torn open. The Armenian Church celebrates theophany as equal to the Nativity because here we see not just that God became human, but why. He came to accomplish the ultimate exodus, to lead all humanity through the waters of death to the resurrection of life, to open a way where there was no way before, to split not just seas, but heaven itself. As you enter a new year today, remember that you have passed through these waters. In your baptism, you participated in this exodus. The old life, a slavery to sin, a fear of death, it was drowned away. You emerged on the far side of the shore as God's free child. Tomorrow, we'll see how God gave his law, revealing both our need and his plan for restoration.